every other country every other nation on the planet got an east.
That's what I'm saying. So
it depends on where your orientation is. The east, the sun, the direction you look like, east, west, north, and south. The east to others is a place of light. Never seen it as a direction. It's orientating you to the source of light. Now, when you really look into the east, you see all the way back to the beginning. And when you look further in the east, you see your beginning. Can you look that deep into the east?
Yeah.
If your source was light,
I know I have different
coming out of dark. You see these. See? So these are the symbols of the secrets that the people hide. But the secret that they put on the surface is that they look into the east where the sunlight is, where light is. But they ain't realizing that the scripture, the whole scripture, talking about people of light. Never people of darkness. Anytime people of darkness mentioned, they mention in contrast to the people of the light. You see what I'm saying? Baby, I'm glad you're giving me a book. You're going to teach me one day. You're going to be my teacher. That's why you told me that book. My baby love books, Will. I'm proud of that. Ain't but 1 year old, she just love them books. See how she told me that book? Yeah. She make me, see how she was throwing it in my lap, trying to make me get my attention?
She make you read it to her. She made me read it to
her. She made me read to her. So that show you that my baby is born for a destiny, man. Born to know. Born to be a star. Yeah, she born for it. Nah.
I hope I interest her. That's what I'm saying. She gonna be smart, period.
I hope.
But if I
whatever it is, she gonna be passionate about.
And whatever she do.
Whatever she do.
But I hope I interest her. I hope she go. I hope she choose.
And I don't want to force it on her. That's why I don't force it. I'm hoping she pick it up. If you force it on her, she gonna reject it.
I think she gonna get it, Sport.
If I force it on her, she gonna reject it. That's why I just let her.
Walk around with books and
that's
stuff,
right.
You know, that's what
it's in her nature.
That she might, you know what I'm saying?
It's in her nature. That's what gonna lead her. And I got plenty of them. She fuck around and grab something off that ship, she'll never be the same.
Besides that, it's a legacy gonna be like left for her that gonna make her just go in that direction. Everything around her points in that direction.
Cause she gonna get curious. It's just I'm building so much around her that when she see it, she look. But I look at how life is. Real life is so full of things that you can look and see them today and you feel me now? The things we see today, dude, are not really what we see. That's why I ask, what is real? What is reality? What is that? You know? That's the scariest thing about life right there, Will. When a man got to decide what is real, what is true, what is freedom, what is peace, what is justice, what is equality.
And they all better be right there inside your ass, because it don't make no sense.
Hey man, that's where a lot of people done went wrong, man. They looking outside of themselves for everything.
This shit allegorical like a bitch in this story.
All of it. Without understanding these stories, people just read the Bible and preach out of them. See, we done got used to that hearing preaching. But ain't none of us never been good enough or smart enough to know if our preacher telling us some shit that's real or not.
Yep, we had.
Ain't none of us been smart enough to know that we can go along with the preacher because we know he's preaching out the Bible. And the Lord said, you know, but that ain't really what the story is saying.
Yeah, that ain't.
And that's how easy it was for after a long time of that, it actually became a reality for our people. And that reality is what our people start teaching. Just what the preacher said. And if the preacher didn't have nothing to say, they didn't have nothing to teach. And if they didn't have nothing to teach, their kids had nothing to learn. And if their family taught them superstition, then they pass superstition on to their kids.
All right, I got a question for you. What is it about these Haitian folks? They lack the ability to learn how to properly drive. It's some in them people genes or genetics that give them the lack of the ability to learn how to drive properly according to American standards.
Well, first of all,
Dead ass
ain't
serious,
many
man.
vehicles in that country.
They are. That one.
Okay, a vehicle is a rare thing in that country,
Now why?
and most of the known amongst them is the wealthy that have them.
Mm-hmm.
The poor either have a bicycle or walk with stuff on his head, on his arms, on his back, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like the natural way people came in. So they culturally programmed for that.
Mm-hmm.
When you bring them to a place where they got to abide by strict rules and got to pay attention to all details, and they culturally not programmed for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing. Sometimes they culture calls them to regress because they ain't able to catch up.
I tell you something about their genes that's rare that you'll see.
What's that?
It don't back down.
A Haitian?
Yeah, yes. If you ever have to go to war with one, remember what I tell you.
I know. I seen it like that.
They don't back down.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't gonna flinch under pain or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they anger gonna drive them, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are very angry people, boy. When you get them,
they can't fight, but
they're angry.
Yeah.
They real angry.
Yep.
They'll hurt something. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man. The Haitian people, what you were saying is this. I'm gonna show you what you point out. Culturally speaking, the Haitian people has always been known to be a rebellious people, kind of like the Israelites. That's why you can kind of really understand that they are the Hebrews. They just don't know.
I feel like all of them. I just feel like this is like my opinion. I ain't them Haitians, them damn Jamaicans, and these damn niggas. With all them people they just recently took from over that place, man, or from somewhere over there in the east, man. It's as simple as that.
The people they took from where?
From the east.
Yeah.
Just simple as that. Recently, not no long time ago, some shit like that. And they put some of them in Jamaica, some of them in Haiti, some of them in America, some of them in Portugal.
You know why they let people come over your borders? What you call alien foreigners to come to your country? You know why they do that?
Why that?
It keeps the instability in one group. If they see the black man getting too grown, his population growing, or his economy growing too big, or they unifying too, they send in the troops. Not really that these people knowing what they're doing. These people ain't intentionally coming in and do anything. But naturally, if say for instance, if you a piece of grass and I'm a caterpillar, if you actually stick me in the grass, you know the damage I'm gonna do. You ain't gotta do shit. So they bring people to this country. You understand what I'm saying? And bring them into this country. Once they get here, they know that they just their presence gonna create a problem for the people who are already here. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Because you're gonna assume their resources. Yeah. You're gonna take their jobs. You know, you're gonna automatically so they keep you unstable. It keeps you your growth. It stimulates your progress. You see what I'm saying? All these just wrenches they throw to keep your progress back. You see what I'm saying? They know that if these people come in and breathe with you, that's another change in your genetics now. See? They send these people to water down your seed, all kind of things. This flood creates. See, the Bible talks about two floods too, and a lot of people only see one. One was the flood where Noah's people was supposed to have been destroyed by some water. But nobody ever thinks about it. Really, was three floods. They got a flood called the Egyptian flood that caused the Nile River to overflow, and it overflowed regularly. There was another flood that's designed to wipe out a bloodline like a tidal wave. And you see? And this is the most important flood that the Bible refers to. But this is the flood that most people miss. And the whole story of what they're showing in the Bible, not that I think this way all the time. I only think this way under certain circumstances.
What you talking about, like?
Okay? My point is the invasions. I'm pointing out the invasions. I'm just using scripture. If you look at the scripture, all it talks about is invasions. If you look, the first invasion was the seed of the serpent with the seed of man. Okay? And the seed of man with the sons of God. You see it?
I know that. I'm trying to think.
It's invasion. Then you see what God saw that what was necessary, he stepped in and made some guidelines. Okay, you shall not breed with this person. Don't let them breed with you. Don't you breed. Don't you join yourself. Don't make leagues or contracts or treaties. Do not intermingle with these people. I didn't say it. The scripture did. If this is the scripture that people teach and believe in, this is what it said. Okay? The gods saw that it was necessary to make these guidelines. Stop foreigners from coming across your border.
Yeah, I know it all came from
It's a unique story, dude.
It all came from your mouth. Yeah.
It's a unique story. It's a unique story because it's the story that a lot of people don't pay attention to. The border invasions. And you will see these invasions continue throughout. Israel was constantly invaded because they didn't want to let you in. And the fact that they didn't want to let you in made you want to get in even more. Well, let's look at closed circle. Closed circle is similar to that. They don't want to let you in, but it makes you want to be in even more. Now listen. See? Now, son, what I'm saying is this right here. When I illustrate the Bible, see, a lot of people don't realize that the Bible ain't a book that you take and look at it as a religion or something that you could actually live by, word for word or something. Okay? And that you could preach it as though it was something that should be lived by word for word. Okay? But there are some principles in the Bible that a man cannot live without.
Yeah.
I say that. There are some principles in the Bible that a man can't live without. But the same book that is designed to bring the man life is the same book which brings him
first.
The same book that gave him his beginning is the book that brought him his end. So now when we look at the picture in a universal way, see, you can look at the Bible in tribalism, or you can look at the Bible in universalism. You see it? When you look at the Bible in tribalism, you're a small tribe that own a small land that's waiting on one man to come rule over y'all. See? That's tribalism. When you're in the universalism, you know that there's a certain amount of people that's already been ruling and always did. And that the whole world is God's Israel. And that until the whole world come in compliance, God's kingdom cannot come. And that everybody looking for a small speck of land, thinking you can pack all these good, righteous, holy people in it. Whether they may be Christian, Jew, Muslim, or Hebrew. All trying to pack into that one little small speck of land. And then they wonder why they fighting about the land. Well, I can tell you why you're fighting about the land, because it ain't enough for all of you. And you still believe that the Bible gave you that little piece of land? No. Or do you call it the Torah? Or is it the Quran? Whichever one of them books you using, dude, listen, that speck of land ain't gonna get it. Could you picture all the people out of heaven coming down here, and all the people that's already here, the good righteous people, piling up in that one